Hey there, boo-boo. You got to get the pips from the Pipner basket. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community. Nearly 20,000 foreign exchange traders. Great British Pound getting crushed. Breaking my heart. Great British Pound. So, let's do some technical and fundamental analysis, huh? But before we do so, let me remind you that trading is risky. It's not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. But please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term. Never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hey, my name is Wayne. I'm a trader just like you. Been on my charts day and night, night and day, day and night, night and day. The last thing I look at before I go to bed is the charts. The first thing I look at when I wake up in the morning is the charts. And there's a lot of charts in between. So pretty cool, huh? And that's been going on for nearly 20 years. It's a long time. So I learned a few things over that period. Blood, sweat, and tears for years. And I'm here to share that journey with you, with the hopes that you learn how to become a patient, disciplined, conservative trader looking for repeatable trades. Davey said, yeah, the kitty cat was nice this week. Uh-huh. So let me know how it can help, and I will do my best to help you. Since I've been doing this a long time, traders have asked me for resources and additional resources. Things like, hey, Wayne, can you write a book? Yes, I did. I wrote a book. The link is in the description below. Wayne, can I have some free training videos? Yes, the link is in the description below. Wayne, can I have some paid video training courses that are deep in knowledge, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, monetary policy, macroeconomics, trader psychology, that kind of stuff? Yes, the link is in the description below. And of course, hey, do you know a trustworthy business in the industry of foreign exchange brokerage? Wayne, can you recommend a broker? Uh-huh. Yeah, I can. The link is in the description below. That's tradersway.com. They earned my loyalty and respect many, many, many years ago, and not through some ad for, that said they were the cheapest or something silly like that. But in fact, their business ethics is what won me over. So give them a shot to earn your loyalty and respect too, tradersway.com. And if we ever get hit by Swiss National Bank intervention, you might be more than happy with Traders Way, based on their past performance in such situations. So how you doing, guys? How do you feel? It's all right? We made it through the Fed meeting? Not only is it International Women's Month, so if you're an international woman, that's great, but it's also now Irish Day, St. Patrick's Day. So I wore a little bit of green. I hope you appreciate that. So thank you to international women and their contribution to society, and also to the Irish for their contribution to society. Okay, so now what? Bank of England. Why don't we go there? Let's take a look-see. No, where to go? Oh, it's over here. Hang on. Something right in the world today. Okay, look at that. How nice, huh? Beautiful interest rate. Bank of England condemns Russia. Monetary Policy Committee is set to meet the policy of 2% inflation target. 8 to 1 vote. Remember, there was 4 people dissenting last time. Increase by 25 basis points. One said don't raise. Right? GDP growth is expected to slow. Okay. Russia. Turning to economic activity. UK GDP in January was stronger than expected. Business confidence held up. Labor market activity have remained robust. Consumer confidence has fallen. Okay. Real household disposable income, which means income minus inflation. The impact on real aggregate income is now likely to be materially larger than implied by the projections in February, consistent with a weaker outlook. So on and so forth. Blah, 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 blah. Minutes of the monetary policy. Such a wonderful read. So nice to have these resources. There was a time, when your dad was a trader, you didn't have access to information like this. You'd wake up one morning and say, "Oh my God, what just happened? What happened overnight?" Oh, I guess perhaps, we don't really know, but we think the Bank of England has changed interest rates. Oh, hey, Barry. What's going on? Okay, so very interesting stuff going around. So let's start with commodities. We'll do gold, oil, and Bitcoin to start. My oh my, WTI. Here we are at the bottom. Okay, here we are at the bottom. If I go back to the Fiverr, I trapped this last night in the day trading group. We had a bottom and a top, broke to the upside. So let me do this in a different color. Broke to the upside, came back, role reversal. See it? Nah. Long and gone, down to get the pippin on. Huh? Look at that. Yeah, boy. Holy smokes, huh? Yeah. Welcome to commodity land. Oh, is that right, Barry? What kind of smoke do you got? I joined a rare cigar club, got my first shipment of 3 rare cigars, and I'm underwhelmed. I think I'm just going to go back to who cares about rare? Just let's go to Sublime cigars. Yeah, I'm exhausted, huh? It's been a long couple of days. Romeo number 2, very nice. What is that? I, I guess 5 by 50. I guess maybe a 6 by 50. Okay, anyways, just climbing and climbing and climbing. Here's a gold. Okay, bottomed out, tickled 1900. Okay, 19 is right here. And now it's up 50 bucks. Well, 40, but it peaked out at 1951. Barry says I should let my cigars mature longer. Yeah, I have cigars in my humidor that I've had for, let's say, 10 years. Um, Many that are sort of more like even 4 or 5 years before I smoke them. And then others I just don't wait. What can you do? So these rare ones that I got, they're like 10, 15 years old, aged somewhere else. But, I don't know. So anyways, hey, yeah. Cool beans. Take a look at Biddy. Okay. Biddy's got a lot of volatility. Okay. We had the maintained above, right? Maintained above, up, maintained above. Then this volatility was nuts. Then we had this, then we had that. So again, this gray area goes sort of role reversal, right? I also have it here, right? I had these 3 things lined up days and days ago. But you can see we kind of like up to the middle. Okay, try again. Middle holds twice. Middle holds a third time. And now maybe, we don't really know yet, but now maybe we attack this top that you see here if you connect all these lines. Okay, I mean, you're supposed to be doing it anyways, but imagine you were doing this. If you just mark these tops, you start to see that there's quite a cluster up there, right? So that's our new resistance, which out in the future may become support. So you might break through, go to maybe 45 or 40, 43. Let's say 43 down here, and then maybe this way, right? What do you think? Bitcoin Barry, is that right? That's cool. My friends call me sir. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just kind of looking here. Like, again, we reached off the bottom. you know, we're kind of now I'm looking at sort of this zone maybe as a retest. We'll see how the market opens. So let's check this out from a bullish point of view. Something right in the world today, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so anyways, drag this across. Okay, so you can see somewhere in there, if you're a bull, we're getting closer to a buy a dip scenario. If you're a bull, target is back to 2000. Okay, what do you think? What do you think, huh? Yeah, maybe. That's a year. Yeah, I cannot offer lifetime because that's impossible. Yeah, living on the edge. Johnny had a nice cigar going yesterday, too. All right. Take a look at exotics. My Mexican peso trade is now equivalent of, this is the equivalent, if I put my stop right there, of 300 pips. Now, technically it's 6,000 pips, but in peso. So to be equivalent to a euro dollar, right? A euro dollar trade, that's about 300 pips or 3,000 bucks. But I'm going to leave it back here just for now and just for fun. So that got lucky there. It's working. So my entry is here. And so we're down here about 350 pips, I guess. Okay. Cool. Cool beans. So it's working. That one's working. Everything's going fine. Again, I have a lot of conviction for Mexico. I've talked about it until I'm blue in the face about nearshoring, high oil prices, a booming U.S. economy, so on and so forth. All of that is all good in the hood. And now, because during some of this move here, dollar was actually strong. And maybe we move into a period of several months of U.S. dollar weakness, which means maybe, I don't know, right? The beginning of a beautiful relationship, or at least a beautiful trade. 1964, I think, is the printed bottom more recently, in recent times. So if we see if we can get there, the technical target is, 18 and a half. Okay. And we're only at 20 and a half. So I basically sold at 21 and a half. We're at 20 and a half. About an equivalent of 300 or 400 pips relative. So another, right? Let's say another three, maybe, right? So in one standard lot, that adds up to about 10 grand or something. So That's a big move, man. But we got to get through a lot for that to happen. So it's too early to tell. Pete's like, yeah, we're on a weekly. Yeah, I'm not even looking at the weeklies on this. It's a position trade. Plus that beautiful swap. Yeah, $120 in about a week on one trade. But on that one, though, margin has increased over time. So I think it's about 50% because margin has gone up. So it changes your internal rate of return. But so let's say it's $150 a week times 52 weeks. Oh, actually, that's 200%, isn't it? 7,800. I think, yeah, that's about 200%. Because I think the swap, I think the margin on that is what, 3,500. So that's pretty good, actually, if you had. Cool. Peter's like, he's in a little bit late, but up 200. Yeah, cool. Yeah, there's boot campers that are earlier than me. Yeah, I think Victor is way at the peak here. I think he's like, now we're splitting hairs because it's happened, but he's here and I'm here and he's way better. It doesn't look like much now, but at the time he was in already, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I caught the next pullback. Oh yeah. So anyways, cool, great, lucky on that, sweet. So if I just hold that for a year, I get $7,800. Articulated Dream says, why did pound drop after the Bank of England raised interest rates? Well, A, we already knew they were going to raise interest rates. B, we already knew 25 basis points. But 3, did you read the report? Let's see if I can remember the link. Oh, there it is. And what does it tell you? What? Well, then you can't, then it's not a question. Now I'm picking on the Articulated Dream. Just read the report. You don't have to ask me. You don't have to listen to the news media. Just read the report. It tells you. I'll give you a hint, which means I'll answer your question. They say that growth is going to slow. Done. Okay? But see, I don't have an opinion. One of the things I push on you guys, and I did this yesterday, by the way, hard. I don't have opinions. I only have conclusions. So if I don't know the answer, if I don't have a conclusion based on fact, then I tell you I don't know. Okay? So somebody here yesterday said, oh, Forex Factory told us that the Fed was going to raise interest rates by 50 basis points. And I attacked that. I attacked it hard because I'm a professional. I don't have an opinion. So I'm like, where does that opinion come from? Oh, well, some guy gave his opinion, some dude. Well, I don't care about that dude's opinion. What a dumb thing to have said. Excuse me. Sorry, I've been doing too much talking lately. What a dumb thing to have an opinion. I listened to Jay Powell. I listened to congressional testimony. I read the meeting minutes. There was no chance in hell of a 50 basis point rate hike. Now, the person with the opinion might say, well, if I was chairman of the Federal Open Market Committee, I would try to get them to vote by 50 basis points. Okay, I understand the reason why you'd want to do it, but that's not the point. What you want is not the issue. As economists and as traders, we need to figure out what the Fed is going to do, and the Fed already told us. No. I don't point you out, Maida. No. But the fact that a media outlet published that opinion, what I'm saying is I don't use media outlets for anything about maybe an easy access to the numbers, but I usually go straight to the source to get the numbers. But do I read opinion pieces? Hell no. Because we know 95% of the market's wrong anyway. So why would I listen to some journal major? Oh my God, really? Some journalist major? Huh? Are you kidding me? No, I make my own decisions, and that's all I'm saying, right, Maida? I'm not picking on you. I'm picking on maybe Forex Factory. And then they're like, but we just pay for a media service. And then, well, then it goes down the line. At some point, opinion was given, and I think that's dumb, right? But again, I'm not picking on you. I'm picking on the source of information that many of you might rely on, right? And Darko's like, yes, it's the forecast in Forex Factory. Well, I'm not picking on Forex Factory either. I'm sure they just pay money to a media, to a news source. But at some point down the line, then the news source aggregates and all that kind of stuff, right? Right. So what it comes down to is when Articulated Dream says, hey, why did the pound go down? I didn't give my opinion. I said, just look at the source. I'll say, you want the answer? Here's the answer right here. Go to the Bank of England. The Bank of England will tell you why this happened. More importantly, the world responded to what the Bank of England said. And that's probably what professionals do, by the way. I can't talk to everyone, right? Pete said, I heard the same misinformation. Well, again, it's not misinformation. It's just, it's an opinion piece, but they don't disclose it that way. Maybe they come in like, I'm a professional, so I will tell you my professional opinion. Still not interested. Okay. So anyways, the message here is, if you want to be a professional, you must do your own work. You must make your own conclusions. And 9 times out of 10, you're going directly to the source. You're reading the report on the OPEC website. You're reading the report on the Reserve Bank of Australia's website. Okay? Okay, so like I asked you to do this earlier. I think it was Sunday I asked you to do this, right? Okay, I asked you to do this. Remember on Sunday, I said I highlighted the coming up side of the website, and that was coming up. And I said, you're going to want to read this. Okay, that's where you get your conclusion. What was said at the Reserve Bank of Australia's meeting, okay? Or you say in the March bulletin. I learned, and then you go with that. Actually, this is interesting. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to read that. Okay? Actually, let me do it this way. New tab. I'm going to read both these. Wow, this should be very interesting. Anyways, let's go back. There's something else on here I want to look at, and I don't see it. Anyways, good stuff. All I'm saying is that's where you get your information. So the other day I was at the OPEC website for the day trading group, or actually it might have been the swing trading group. Yeah, that's right. Right here. So this is where you get your information, right? Boom. Okay. And you read this, right? You read this. And this is what I highlighted for the team. I'm like, look, they give you, OPEC gives you their opinion on the world economy. Okay. So where do you get your information about macroeconomics, Wayne? Well, you could get OPEC's point of view because they monitor supply and demand of energy from all over the world. Okay? That's what we need to do. Okay? Bank of England has a great site too. Right? So, right? That's where you get your information. So I already posted the information, but okay? You can read all this. Look at all this wonderful information. And then you go into the meeting minutes. Indicators of financial market volatility had increased and risky asset prices had fallen. Blah, 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 blah. Like, look, there's just tons of fantastic, wonderful information. Why would you need to listen to some person on TV talk about this, or even worse, a YouTube live stream, when you could just do it yourself? Anyways, let's go on to dollar and maybe some yen pairs, and I'll answer your questions. Living on the edge. All right, so we got a shoulder formation, yo. And no. So one plausible trade plan here is up, down, buy, up. Smell like a plan? Huh? Hey, watch out. Wow. Huh? What do you stink? Smell like a plan? Well, that's a big drop though, huh? The velocity of that drop is event driven, but maybe the trend hasn't changed. So it's one thing to think about as you watch this. Someone might chase it, but someone else might be setting up a trade. Okay? 131. Oh my, oh my. By the way, look at this. Profit target conservative. Pretty nice, huh? Okay, now look at this. There's one just above it too, right in there. This is tomorrow's buy zone. This is today's buy zone. Okay. Unorthodox says, who bought this? Well, you can. You can buy this. Okay. You just have to be a bull. Now, you might look at this and say, because of that, now you're a bear. Okay. That's okay. You can have that conclusion. I'm not telling you one way or the other. I'm just saying, if you're a bull, you're 2 standard deviations below a positive mean. So you may continue to be a bull. Unorthodox. Who bought this? I did. That's pretty funny. Have we talked about a yen pair? No, TT, it's after April. Okay? It's after April. So we can go back. Yeah, we can switch over. I don't mind. I don't mind just kind of jumping around today. Okay. Very, very, very elevated. Very, very, very elevated. Okay. Through the monthly, through the weekly. Euro. Okay. I have this set differently, just sort of a cleaner chart for those that prefer cleaner charts. You have this up. There's the buy zone, up. There's the buy zone, up maybe. Okay. Richard Spencer says liquidity hunt for Great British Pound. I look at it as the Bank of England lowered future expectations for growth. Doesn't sound like a liquidity hunt, but okay. Okay. You got to think about how many traders were long. I don't think that way. I just don't. Yeah. Time of day. Also, we hit perfect daily pivots. You know, we knew it's an event-driven strategy, so buy the rumor a week ago, sell the news when it happened. I mean, right? TT says yen is too weak. Well, don't think that way either. It's not too weak. It can be as weak as it wants to be. I think it's dangerous for people to say, oh, it's too strong or it's too weak. Oh, it can't get any weaker or it can't get any stronger. That's just not true. This can get as weak or as strong as it wants, as the market allows. Richard Spencer says GDP slowing is what you're saying. Read the report. There's multiple things that they said. Okay. Now, the difference is short run versus long run. And that's in economics, they always do this, right? Short run aggregate demand, long run aggregate demand, short run aggregate supply, long run aggregate supply. These are all, like, in economics, you have to break things down. These will have different models. Okay? So you'll learn this when you get your economics degree, long run versus short run, and then open economy versus a closed economy. Again, different models. So in trading, it's very similar. Are you long run or short run in your thought process? Not that there's, I'm not saying one is better than the other, but on the trade. So in the short run, like, oh my God, the British pound, Great Britain has a slowing economy. Okay, boom. But you might say, but on the long run, we still have blah, 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 blah. But it might be overbought today, okay, and oversold tomorrow. So for example, if you just simply have the opinion that you want to buy this, this is a fantastic buying opportunity. It's great. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Now, right, for example, who sold this? Bulls or bears? Who sold it? Bulls or bears? Okay. Bulls or bears? Think about this. Yeah. Well, unorthodox will say both, and that's truly the answer because, you know, there's a lot of market participants. But I want you to think about the model. A model that helps you make decisions. Okay? So the model I teach you is bulls sold there. Bulls bought last week or this week, and now they exited on the news event. I want you to think of that. Bulls sold because they were taking profit. Okay, so now let me ask you, will a bear sell here? Huh? Will a bear sell there? So where would a bear sell? One of those spots. A bear would take this down. But we don't know if they're going to do it. Okay? So what we have on the table here is what? Bullish buying again, right? Perhaps. I don't know. Bullish buying. Sorry. Okay. It's plausible, right? It's plausible. We don't know. So you'll have to develop a trade plan. Degree says, I just took 200 pips on pound Swissy. Yeah, right on. Congratulations. That's a good trade. We can look at pound across the board. Yeah, I'm in at 22 or 23. Yeah, I still have 100 pips on this. So we'll see what happens over the long run. Living on the edge. Dollar gaining some strength. Swissy there, pound getting crushed, Aussie doing well, Euro doing well. So it might be a day of, maybe sell a lower high on pound. Maybe this is all about next week. So, boy, I wish we could do our swing trading group today. Oh, wait, we are doing our swing trading group today. Cool. So if you're in the swing trading group or the day trading group, we are all gathering to plan next week. Very, very cool. All right, I'm going to open it up to requests. How can I help? We did some commodities, we did some exotics, we did some dollar pairs, we did some yen pairs. Did a little of everything. What would you like me to cover? Or should we just keep this short and sweet? Euro dollar, USD kitty CAD. Okay, we could do some, let's start with CAD. CAD relatively strong. By the way, they paid their bond in dollars. Very good. Thank you, Russia, for paying the money that you owed. Okay, let me ask you, do you think traders that trade USD CAD use monthly pivot points? This is a 5-minute chart, so it's very sensitive. What do you think? Was that just random chance? Could be. It's for you to decide. Okay, you could have this trap, by the way. Look at that, huh? So the interesting thing about this, in a normal world, and this week has been anything but normal, but nonetheless, this is a pivot bear sell. And this is a pivot bulls buy. And I don't make a big deal about this one. I don't stink too much about that one. I know a lot of people do. They're like, oh, the central pivot this and the central pivot that. I'm like, that's just neutral zone. Think about it. If bulls are buying, they expect higher highs. If bears are selling, they're expecting lower lows. So isn't this no man's land? Isn't this where you get mowed down by both the bulls and the bears? Hey, the bullet doesn't care who you are. And you don't care who's, right? Oh, I've been shot. No, it's okay. It's friendly fire. No, it's not okay. So you got to be careful in nomad's land there. So anyways, that's selling. That's buying. Who's going to win? I don't know. You don't know. You think you know, but you probably don't, which is fine. I think it's better to admit that you don't. So the thing is, you do what you do. Okay? You do you, and if other people agree with you, you'll do fine. Okay, so anyways, a bear would take this down like this. Zip, zip. Okay. Another interesting little fact, on the weekly basis, this is an R1. So actually, you could take this narrative a little farther. This is actually a WR1. So this is a WS1. And very often that leads, right? It leads back to this central pivot. It's neutrality. What it's telling you is on the weekly basis, there's a lack of trend. Okay. Now, maybe we get out of that after the Fed meeting and all that kind of stuff. But again, if you look at monthly, okay, this is last month's central pivot. This is this month's central pivot. And they're the same. So what does that tell you? No trend. Why does it say that? Because this pivot is a weighted mean. It's not the mean. It's a weighted mean. And that tells you there's no trend. If it was a downtrend, it would be lower. If there was an uptrend, it would be higher. It's the same, which means there is no trend. Currently. Okay. Now, maybe the new trend is the lower high, right? Lower high, lower low scenario. Okay. It didn't exist until we got the lower high, and then we had to get the lower low. So the future move could be like this. Hula? And that decision will determine your trade. So if you believe in that new trend, in the future, you're going to sell 127.80 or 127.55. Okay? This is you in the future. Ciao. Okay? All right? Yep. 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 Now, looking at this fundamentally, or not fundamentally, seasonally, you may recall that dollar was supposed to get strong here. And by the time this quarter is over, we should be on a new trend this way. What do you think? If you believe in that rationale, then you're going to do this and hold it for 3 months. Okay, so sell it at 28 and go for 120 for 800 pips. Do you think that far? If you can think that far, then you might be worth 800 pips. Now, will that happen? Well, we don't know. Richard says, 2 strong economies, sideways movement. Then you don't understand the flow of capital. I would agree with you that both economies would be strong, but you don't understand the flow of capital based on that. What's the difference between the United States and Canada? And no jokes. Don't you say it. Hold back on the jokes. What's the economic difference between the currencies? Currencies. What's the difference between these two currencies? They're both dollars. What's the difference between these two dollars? No, I'm not even talking pivots. I'm not talking about any technical indicator. Commodities. No, the United States has a lot of commodities. Canada's commodity currency. So what? Thank you. Kevin nailed it. The United States is the reserve currency of the entire planet. So how dare you, Richard? How dare you say, oh, both economies are good, so it's going to move sideways? For shame. Spencer, sit in the corner, right? There's a big difference between the two. The reserve currency will not act the same as a regular old major currency. Okay? And you have to understand the important difference. Yeah. Cool. So, no. La 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 la. Living on the edge. Maybe something like April 1st, Barry's birthday, okay? Maybe it's like oh, let's do this in a different color. April, May, June. Okay, notice the Fed meeting in June right there. Oh, oh God. Oh God. All right, let's take a look. Last year, we went from 126.50 to 120. All right, so only 650 pips. Oh, God. Oh, God. Cool, right? Can I get a like for that? I mean, come on. So remember, that's not a trade recommendation, but it is a model. And now you could say, I like that. I believe in that. That's something that I have conviction for. Now you got to wake up in the morning and do it every day. Degrees 360 said, and by the way, guys, I personally took Wayne's course. I'm currently 600 pips profit since entering my trades last week. Cool. Only 600, eh, Degree? Well, you know, it's hard when you got a job, right? Cool. All right. I think that shall be it. Money for nothing and your pips for free. Huh? That's what this stream is all about, right? Get rich quick. Just log in and you get your money for nothing and your pips for free. No, that's the other stream. Okay. I want you to learn how to create value for yourself and for your future clients. This is about running a business of value creation. This is what we do here. Okay, so I think we're going to leave it at that. If you're in my swing trading group, many of you are, I'd like to remind you that 4 p.m. is the time, and the time is 4 p.m. And we will set up we'll set up our trades for next week so that you can go into Friday and Sunday and Monday with trade setups already in mind, with a strategic plan already in mind. Okay. And I appreciate you. I know you guys are working hard. I love to hear the success stories, and I understand the pain that goes along with the celebrations. This is a difficult gig, but it's well worth it because there's upside, and some of the upside is just lifestyle. I think if you can get past, trying to make big money and instead enjoy the lifestyle of being your own boss, running your own small business, and having, complete freedom to do so, and you add that as part of your wealth profile. Okay. Right? I think you will, I think you'll spiritually move to the next level as a currency trader. So anyways, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. Later, Gator.